There was a quote today, and this is by His Holiness the Dalai Lama, through a teacher that I like a lot named Rob Berbea, and the quote is, let's see if I'll get close enough, it's not an exact quote, but towards material things which naturally have their limit, one should try to be satisfied with what one has. But with regard to limitless spiritual capabilities and faculties, one should never be satisfied with a mere portion and should continually strive for higher development. So it's really easy to you meditate a little bit, maybe a little here, a little there, it's a little spotty, but maybe you have a really good experience and it's cool, and you do it another couple times and you don't have that experience and you stop. And maybe you get really stressed out at work and you do it again. I got a haircut today, and the nice, super sweet Cambodian lady was cutting my hair, and she was like, asking me about Christmas or something, you go to church? I'm like, oh no, I'm a Buddhist. And she's like, my parents were Buddhist, and so basically it took her parents passing to get her back into meditation from the simple, and it's so funny, this was even an equation in her brain. She's like, yeah, this is gonna be really hard. I'm gonna need to meditate about it. Like, this is gonna be difficult for me. I'm gonna have a lot of suffering around this. I better practice. Totally legitimate and totally skillful and practical. That's literally basically the equation. It's like sit more, suffer less. Like old man said it 1,000,000 times. All I teach is suffering and the end of suffering. And even a little bit helps. Just even that little therapeutic, like just learning how to sit and rest or lay down and rest or whatever. That's huge, right? But like, I invite you to not be satisfied with that. I invite you to think more highly of yourself. I think that the vast majority of people who come to meditation underestimate their ability to achieve. There is no limit. There's no natural limit to things like patience, kindness, compassion, equanimity, joy at the joy of others. In fact, the Buddha called these 4 primary states of heart the Brahma Viharas, meaning like the divine places, the heavenly abodes in the heart. Kindness, compassion, joy at the joy of others, and equanimity. Later traditions, especially Yana and Vajrayana, they gave it a new name, which I like a lot. They call them the immeasurables, because they are. And the Buddha taught it like that. These are infinite states of being. These are infinite states of heart. The Buddha said, that person that cultivates loving kindness and compassion pervades the entire cosmos, free of ill will and enmity. And the enrichment of heart and life, the joy, the increasing joy and lightness that you can bring to your precious human life is functionally infinite. There's no limit to these kinds of things. So it was really inspiring for me to hear that quote from that teacher I like. And he, I really appreciated it. And he was like, most people underestimate their abilities, their what they can achieve. And he lays down that quote, and then he stops and he says, what's going to make that work? What's going to make that not turn into some kind of weird ego trip? Or something to measure myself against and then beat myself up with when I fail? Because I'm gonna. If you know me, if you've sat with me before, you know that I consider myself one of the worst meditation students of all time. Primarily out of sloth, laziness. But what's going to make that work? And this is why, for me, my kind of angle on how are you going to do that, tough guy, is I want my practice to be an act of love. It's my aspiration for my practice to be a blessing, a benediction, a kindness to anyone I encounter. And that's, if I'm less of a jerk, y'all are going to have a good time about it, right? Like, there is no selfish improvement in this area. If you are kinder, if you are more compassionate, if you are more equanimous, if you cultivate joy and wisdom, you are instantly a blessing to this whole world, and the world needs more of you. And these faculties are infinite. They are limitless. And so I just want to make sure what this brought up in me was, I want to really invite you, whatever your practice is, like whatever you're doing, whatever you could call meditation, as long as you're cultivating, clarity, wisdom, insight, kindness, can you approach it like an act of devotion, an act of love, a kindness, or a dance, or a poem? The very great, wonderful teacher Gil Franz, who teaches up at Insight Meditation Center in Redwood City, California, in his late teens and early 20s, he was going to Zendo a lot and practicing a lot, and somebody finally asked him, like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this all the time? Why are you meditating so much? And he was like, I have no idea. I didn't know what to tell the guy, so he went out and he thought about it. And the only thing he could come up with was, I'm expressing something deep inside, and I don't know how else to do that. This is the only way I can think of to express this thing in me. There's no shortage of trouble, right? People coming and going, people in hardship. May all beings be happy. So that's about time. So on that note, and if there are no follow-ups to that, I just want to invite you, maybe your homework is, any time for the next week until we meet again, you do anything at all that could be considered your practice, like eating a meal, like holding hands with your sweetie, like cleaning your toilet, like doing anything at all. Can it be an act of worship? Can it be a kindness, a blessing, a benediction, a song, a hymn, a dance? You may not know this, but there is no one in this room that will get out of here alive. Not this room, but get out of this world alive. Boy, is that Thank you. Oh my God. I gotta go. My wife's gonna burst through those doors. Get out of here, let's go. Taking it home right now. Oh my God. Yeah, Ariel's cracking out, he gets it. Okay. So anyway, I hate to break it to you. You're safe with me, but I hate to break it to you. There is a thank you, expiration date. Nice. We all have an expiration date, and it might happen I'm almost 50, and I know. Yeah, nice. But like I actually, I kind of, none of us know. So actually, every breath, every step, every heartbeat is a blessing, a benediction. And you can make your whole life like that. And, sometimes, I don't know, sometimes somebody's tailgating you on the 405 going 90, and you just move over and you just wish them well. Hey, may you be happy, a-hole. And, but, it is possible. Do not be satisfied. Be a little, I know we're meditation students, right? So we're all, look at this guy. He's super chill all the time, right? If you read the suttas, the earliest recorded teachings of the Buddha, he had a little edge. And I appreciate that about him. This is for real. This is the serious matter of life and death. Far too serious to be taken seriously. Has to be taken lightly, but with great attentiveness and great tenderness and great intimacy. So, whatever you do for the next week, for the next moment, right now, for the rest of your lives, I want to invite you to know that it can be a gift, a song, an act of devotion, an act of love, of kindness, of compassion. Your every word for the rest of your life can be a benediction, even if it's just clear communication, even if it's just eye contact, even if it's just like that to a stranger. My wife talks to strangers when we walk around town. It's the most bizarre thing in the world. She says, "Hi, nice day." And I'm like, why are you talking to them? It's amazing. "Hey, I like your shirt." I'm like, but I want to do that when I grow up. I want to develop that. So it's easy for me in here. I get out there and I get a little like that. So anyway, especially anything that you call your formal practice, let that at least be an act of love, be a blessing, be a benediction. And that's how you can sustain this over a lifetime. That's how you can develop these limitless, immeasurable qualities of heart, like kindness, compassion, joy at the joy of others, equanimity, patience, etc. Okay, I talked a lot. I didn't use the board at all. On the board tonight is a teaching on emptiness. Please, homework will be, turn in your homework next Monday.